Guys, we're back. Got a good question today. This question is probably aimed a little bit more towards the athlete than just your average person trying to get in shape. This question was messaged to me, so I'm gonna keep it anonymous. How can you increase your strength without losing your stamina while doing it? When you look at the fitness continuum, getting big and strong is kind of on the opposite end as being aerobically fit. They're kind of opposing training modalities. So how can you increase one without losing your ability on another? So CrossFit is great when you're first starting out, trying to get in shape, because you're exposed to so many different things. You're exposed to strength training, you're exposed to cardiovascular work, you're exposed to aerobic capacity work, you're exposed to mobility work, recovery. You're exposed to all these different kinds of stress. And just starting out, all these new stressors, your body adapts fairly quickly. And you can get in really good shape in a relatively short amount of time. But the longer you do it for, you're gonna really start to plateau. And that's necessarily true with just about any kind of training. If you do anything long enough, you're gonna stop gaining from it. So in the beginning, you're gonna exponentially increase. You're gonna progress very fast, and then the longer you do it, the closer you get to your full athletic potential, you're gonna really start to kind of plateau and kind of level off your gains, And instead of setting a PR once a month, now it's like you have to work for a year to set a PR. It becomes really difficult. CrossFit doesn't necessarily do a good job of expressing this. The general public, they watch the games and they think that that's how you're supposed to train every day. That's not the case. We'll just dive in. We'll start real broad, and then we'll kind of narrow the lens as we get in. So when it comes to increasing strength without losing stamina, there are two kind of different training modalities, as I said before. So what you have to do is you have to start to specialize your training. A typical workout, you'll have a strength portion, then you'll have, a high intensity workout portion to get the heart rate up, get your cardiovascular work in, and you do something like that every day. So you're getting strength, and then you're getting your stamina work, all in the same workout. When you're progressing, it's all about signaling, your brain sending signals to your body. So when you're doing strength work and you're doing some heavy singles, deadlift, that's super heavy weight. When you're doing that and you finish, basically your brain is telling your body holy shit, that was heavy, we need to get stronger, we need to get bigger. But then when you turn around and go right into a WOD, or those high intensity workouts that you often see in CrossFit for 15 to 20 minutes, now your brain completely changes the signal, and it's like, whoa dude, okay, hold on, we need to get lighter, we need to burn off some of this muscle so we can keep up with the energy demand of this workout. So it's kind of sending out the complete opposite signal that you were sending before. Your strength portion, you start to send strength signals this way, then you wide, it turns right back around, and you send the cardiovascular signaling. And then the next day you come in, you want the strength signaling, and then you're doing this stuff in the same day, and you keep just kind of playing around in this middle area, and you're not really progressing in one or the other. Thus, you see plateauing. You're not improving anywhere. So what you have to do is you have to start to specialize your training. So if you want to get stronger, strength needs to become a focal point in your programming. I'm not saying never do stamina, because you don't want to lose that, so you're gonna have to maintain that. I'm gonna show you how to do that. So we still have to train both things. If you're going to do them in the same workout, your strength work and your cardio work, if you're gonna do them in the same workout, and you want to the goal is to get stronger, you're gonna do your strength portion, and then your cardio portion has to be less than 10 minutes. You cannot do a 15 to 20 minute WOD or workout after your strength session, and that's going to completely change that signaling again. So you have to keep it less than 10 minutes, and that's going to keep your cardiovascular in shape a little bit, but it's not going to overpower the signaling that you were sending for the strength work. Best case scenario, if you're really trying to keep this going, you really want to make strength gains and you don't want to lose any stamina, do 2 workouts in one day. You're going to do a strength session the first part of the day, only do your strength work, and then at least 4 hours later, then you can do your cardiovascular type work, your WODs, your high intensity workouts, stuff like that. Because that 4 hour differential is gonna give your brain enough time send those signals to get stronger, and then when you come back for that cardio workout, the mixed signaling will be negated, so you won't completely mix up the signaling that your brain is sending to your body. My favorite way to go about this, because it's fairly effective, but at the same time, it's, you know, doing 2-a-days, unless you work at a gym like me, is extremely inconvenient and it can be very difficult for somebody with a job or going to school or whatever it is. So that may mean, unless you're a full-time athlete, that's almost impossible for the average person to do. You know, if you have 3 to 4 training sessions a week, a majority of them are going to be strength-based, but you're still going to throw in just a single workout or two that is nothing but your cardio work. So if you look at a calendar, you know, say Monday, I'm gonna do my strength work. Tuesday, I'll do cardio-based work. Wednesday, I'll do strength. And then depending how much, you know, you really wanna go after this, you can make this one a strength with that less than 10-minute cardio session. So you're getting 3 strength workouts a week. You're getting 1 workout that is nothing but cardio, and then you're still getting that little bit of cardio on that last lifting day. So you're still getting a little bit of both. So this right here, this type of template is gonna be good to improve that strength, but at the same time, it's going to maintain your stamina, your cardio ability. You're not gonna improve, but you're gonna maintain. And really, when you're trying to improve, when you get to that point where you have to start doing stuff like this, maintaining is, you know, best case scenario when you're trying to improve something else, kind of on the opposite end of the fitness spectrum. So this is my favorite way to go about it, because it's still effective and it's the most convenient, easiest to stick with. So like I said, you know, your strength day, Monday, and then Tuesday you come in and you're not doing any strength. You're doing like a 30 to 45 minute, you know, high intensity, you know, my favorite's like intervals on a rower or a bike or some type of machine, because it's very structured and it's very simple to kind of go through the correct type of intensity and everything. So you know, you're doing nothing but cardio on that day. And then, you know, you're coming in, nothing but strength again, and then, you know, that 3rd or 4th strength day, you're mixing in a little bit of cardio with it, but it's less than 10 minutes to keep from that cross signaling that I talked about earlier. Also, a big overlooked component of increasing your strength is dependent on what you're trying to get stronger in. So if you want to get stronger with a specific lift, then there's other things you can do as well. A strong deadlift doesn't necessarily carry over into a strong bench press. A strong back squat doesn't necessarily carry over into a strong bench press or strong overhead press. So if there's specific things you want to get stronger in, then on these strength days, you can start to address that specific lift in your supplemental work. So let's just say, for example, you know, your deadlift's really good, but your upper body's a little bit weaker and you want to get stronger in your bench press. So, you know, your strength day, you can still, you know, you want to do your deadlifts and stuff like that, but, you know, say this strength day, we're going to bench. This strength day, we'll deadlift. This strength day, we'll do some power cleans, just for examples. So our bench is really our weak point that we want to bring up. So, you know, you're going to bench, and then since we're not doing any cardio on this day, after your strength session, when you would typically do that cardio, you're going to do some supplemental work to address the bench press specifically. So you start to think, break down the movement. What are things that help bench press? Strong triceps are key in bench pressing. So supplemental work, you can start to do some skull crushers, close grip benching, address the strength of the triceps, front delts and shoulders. Shoulder health is super important for bench press. So, you know, on your deadlift day, you could throw in, you know, some overhead holds. You could throw in some, you know, dumbbell raises. Keep the shoulders healthy, get them stronger. throw in some dumbbell raises, get those front delts stronger. Also, an upper back is super important for shoulder health and for that strong platform to push off of when you're benching. So on this third strength day, you have your strength session with power cleans, you have a cardio workout less than 10 minutes, and then at the end you can throw in some upper back work. So you start to look at specifically what you want to get stronger in, and you can start to address that with supplemental work throughout the week. So here with our strength, we're benching, we're deadlifting, we're power cleaning, we're still getting our strength sessions in. We got a whole cardio workout here. We got a supplemental cardio workout here. And depending however many days a week you're training, you just gotta split them up like that. And then you address your weaknesses in the supplemental work throughout the week. Honestly, this is the template I use for myself 95% of the time. It works great, man. It got me in the best shape of my life. So give that a shot, man. This is really where the art of programming comes into as well. There's more to programming than just throwing a bunch of shit on a piece of paper, man. It really is an art. And the more you do it, it takes a lot of practice to really get it down and get it effective. And you really start to learn a lot. So give that a shot, man. Hope it helps. If you found this video helpful, like it, share it, comment on it. Most of all, subscribe to the channel, especially if you want to be a healthy, jacked, badass motherfucker.